Good morning, students. So, today we have to start with our first chapter of political science, grade 9, that is, what is democracy? Why democracy? So, in this, we will study about that we will see the definition of democracy and why democracy, that we will see the arguments in favor of democracy and arguments against democracy, that why we are adopting this system and what is this system. So students, your this chapter start with the conversation between students and teacher. On page 24 you see the teacher quoted the Abraham Lincoln's definition, that is, democracy is government of the people, by the people and for the people. And indeed it is very beautiful definition of the democracy. And then one student gave the origin of the word democracy, that is, the word democracy comes from the Greek word demokratia, and in Greek demos means people and kratia means rule. So democracy is ruled by the people. So this conversation was going on in the class. Now let's see the simple definition of democracy, students. Democracy is a form of government in which the leaders or rulers are elected by the people, and this definition allows us to separate the democracy from other forms of government that are clearly not democratic, like military rule, dictatorship, and then monarchies. These are the form of government which are not democratic. Now moving to page 25, students, here. So these forms of government which we are talking, that is monarchies, dictatorship, these are non-democratic in character, and in these forms of government people have no rights but they have only duties. But if we carefully look at this simple definition again, we will find that this simple definition is not adequate. It reminds us that democracy is people's rule, but we would end up calling almost every government that holds an election a democracy. So that would be very misleading. That is why we need to carefully distinguish between a government that is a democracy and one that pretends to be democratic. So we can do this by understanding each word in this definition carefully and spelling out the features of democratic government. So now page 26, students, here discuss the features of democracy here. So we started with a very simple definition that democracy is a form of government in which our leaders or our rulers are elected by the people. Now this raises many questions in front of us. Who are these leaders? Who are these rulers in this definition? Which officials must be elected for any government to be called a democracy? Which decisions may be taken by non-elected officials in a democracy? Then what kind of elections constitute a democratic election? And what conditions must be fulfilled for an election to be considered democratic? Then who are the people here who can elect the leaders or get elected as leaders? Should this include every citizen on equal basis? Can a democracy deny some citizens this right? And finally, what kind of a form of government is democracy? Can elected leaders do whatever they want in a democracy, or must a democratic government function with some limits? So, is it necessary for a democracy to respect some rights of the citizens? So, let us consider each of these questions with the help of some examples, students. Now, the first which we are going to discuss is the major decisions by the elected leaders. Now, in Pakistan, students, General Pervez Musharraf, he led a military coup in October 1999. He overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. Later, he changed his designation to the president, and in 2002, he held a referendum. Referendum means a voting is conducted whereby you ask people to answer in yes or no on any issue. So he conducted a referendum in the country, and due to this referendum he was given a 5-year extension, or people granted him a 5-year extension. Then media in Pakistan and human rights activists in the Pakistan, they started protest against this referendum. Now because media, human activists felt that this referendum is unfair, so students, democracy is a form of government in which leaders must be elected by the people. But General Musharraf is not elected by the people. He became a sort of military dictator. Then he issued a legal framework order. So in this we are talking about, students, the major decision by the elected leaders, and in this we are looking about the case of Pakistan. The General Pervez Musharraf, what he did in 1999, he overthrown the democratically elected government and he declared himself as the president. So now page 27, students. So we were talking about the major decision by the elected leaders. In this we are talking about Pakistan's General Pervez Musharraf, and in August 2002 he issued the legal framework order that amended the constitution of Pakistan. According to this order, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. So Musharraf became so much powerful that a non-elected leader now can dismiss the assemblies, which are elected by the people, and the work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by the National Security Council, which is dominated by the military officials. So now he formed the National Security Council, and this council will supervise the cabinet. So powers of the civilian cabinet now were encroached by the National Security Council, which was formed by the Musharraf. And after passing this law, students, elections were held to the national and provincial assemblies. So Pakistan has had elections, and elected representatives have some power, but the final powers rested with military officers and with Musharraf only. But in a democracy, students, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people, and all the powers with General Musharraf and military officials, and none of them were elected by the people. So this happens in dictatorship and monarchies. They formally have an elected parliament and government, but the real powers are with those who are not elected. So there is a government, there was democratic government, parliament was also there, but who are having the power? Who are not elected by the people, that is Musharraf and all the military officials. Now so second case here we have to talk about is of the Poland, which was under the dominance of Russia, and Iraq, which was under the dominance of USA. Here the real powers was with some of the external powers and not with the locally elected representative here. So this also can't be called people's rule. So here outside countries are there, they are dominating the countries like Poland and Iraq. So they are being ruled by Russia and US. So this discussion gives us our first feature, that in a democracy the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. So the first feature of democracy failed in Pakistan. Now the second case which we have to see, student, is free and fair electoral competition. In China, students, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing country's parliament, called National People's Congress. The NPC here, the National People's Congress, has the power to appoint the president of the country. So they have a power to appoint the president. So till here everything is fine, and let's see now further. Till here everything is fine, that 5 year after 5 year elections are held, and they are electing the parliament, the National People's Congress, they elect the president. Now it has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over the China. That is National People's Congress. It has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over the China, and some members are elected by the army. But before contesting election, student, candidates need the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. So this is undemocratic. Only those who are members of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allied to it were allowed to contest election, and government is always formed by the Communist Party. So what is the fun of elections then, when voters have no choice? Only one party is contesting the election, and that party is always forming the government. So in China, no free and fair election, students, no choice in front of the voters, one party system. So we can't say that China is a democratic country. Now let's see the second case of Mexico here. Now Mexico holds election every 6 years to elect its president, and the country have never been under military or dictator rule. But until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI, that is Institutional Revolutionary Party. So till here on page 27 we have seen the case of China, and we started with the case of Mexico, and in our next video we'll continue.